Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's great to be talking to you, albeit through the screen. I wanted to create this quick video and share it with all of you to tell you a little bit about what our real analysis class will look like going forward. I've actually prepared a fun little PowerPoint here for you. So let's go ahead and pull this up and let's talk about how real analysis will transition to distance learning. So I want to tell you a little bit about how our overall course structure will change a little bit. I'll talk a little bit about the technology that we're using. I am just talking out loud now. I realize that homework is up there twice. That was an accident. But I want to just begin by telling you some of my major goals as we transition to this new, sort of distance learning model. I think that real analysis in person had an absolutely fantastic structure that had a lot of fun times, very high standards, and in my mind, sort of an essential element of the class was this collaborative proofwriting. So bouncing ideas off of each other, getting a little bit of pushback from your peers, having to refine your own arguments and struggle to understand the arguments of others, really was at the heart of real analysis. So my goals are to maintain all of those things to the extent possible. Maintain the fun times, maintain the high standards, and to keep the general structure of the class in this collaborative proofwriting style. So with that being said, let me tell you about how our new model will compare to the old model. Our new model, as far as our daily work goes, will be mostly the same. We will continue to meet Mondays and Wednesdays to discuss proofs and to, I guess, write proofs or refine the proofs that others have written. We will continue to meet at our regular time. The sort of mini lectures that I would often start the class with or that I might introduce a new topic with, I'm hoping to transition some of those to be lectured ahead of time and uploaded to YouTube. That way you can watch them ahead of time as you think through the preliminary work and as you begin to get acquainted with new material. So this video that I'm recording right now, that you're watching right now, will be the first of many videos, or at least some videos, several videos that we upload to YouTube. As far as the collaborative workspace that we work in, we will be using voice and text and possibly cameras through a combination of Zoom and Discord. And I will be able to introduce both of those to you in a little bit, as well as Google Documents. Well, we'll see here that Google Documents will really become a workhorse for the class. More on that a little bit later. Okay, so we're continuing to meet Mondays and Wednesdays in class. We will still have office hours when you can meet with me, again, in Zoom and or in Discord. The exact times there are still TBD. A small tweak on our setup is previously homework was due every other week. I'm going to ask you now to hand in shorter homework assignments, but I'm going to ask you to hand them in weekly. I'm not doubling the workload. I am just trying to make sure that you have more of an opportunity to submit work and to get my feedback on it. So that will be done through Google Docs. I will ask you to submit this work weekly. Again, the homeworks will be shorter to compensate for that. But there will be this weekly homework structure now. Our final exam will look exactly the same. It will be a take-home exam. You'll have a little bit over a week to do it here near the end of the semester. Okay, and let's talk a little bit about the technology that we'll use. So YouTube for uploading these videos, these mini lectures. We said Zoom and Discord are the two primary ways that we'll be able to collaborate or that we'll be able to talk to each other or to see each other. But a lot of what I see us doing is going to be writing in a collaborative space through Google Documents. So for the rest of the video, I want to introduce you to the Google folder setup that I've created for this class. So I'm just going to pull that up here. I have to find it. I have to find it. Of course, I've lost it. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Here we go. Okay, so this is my hub. This is, I should say, something that I will see that none of you will be able to see, but this is my hub for real analysis in Google Documents. Notice that each of you has an individual folder as well as a general class hub. So shortly, I will link each of you individually to your specific real analysis folder. And that will be something that you have access to and that I have access to. And you will use that folder to submit your work. So Alex, if you'll let me, well, let me see. I actually don't want to open up any, let's see. Yes, okay, great. So I will use this as a place to submit homework or for you to submit homework to me and also for me to give you grades and return material. So you can see in Alex's folder, and this is true for all of your folders, there is your midterm, which has been graded, and I'm giving that back to you, as well as a place for you to write your homework 3. So this is a blank Google document which you can use to put solutions to homework 3 in. So that will be a place for you to create and submit work. And that will be shared with me, so I will be able to create it right there in the document. Okay, so each of you will have this individual folder, and then there is a class hub that we all have access to. Now you might recognize this because this is the set of folders that we originally were using to submit sort of finished work up on the board. So for example, right, we have some work that we've done up on the board. We have some work that we've done up on the board. This is what we were currently or previously doing in class, as well as math memes and other fun things. So this was already a hub for real analysis. What we've done though is we have created, or I've created, a place for us to work collaboratively in the so-called work in progress folder. And so what we'll be able to do is we will be able to break out into groups. So maybe everybody in a certain group can jump into this space here for group 1, and they can write a proof together. And I'm going to say this will be similar to what we would have done on the blackboard, except we could write for all epsilon, there exists n such that ... So we can continue to write our proofs out loud, or I will continue to write our proofs in English and write them collaboratively. We'll just have to, use our language. I guess we'll have to adjust our language to let it work in Google Docs. So write out the word epsilon instead of using the symbol epsilon. You can either write the epsilon neighborhood of X, or we could write something like n sub epsilon of X, right? So we can come up with different creative ways to express our mathematics without having immediate access to the symbols. But because it is a Google Doc, we all have access to this and we can write on these collaboratively. So group 1 could be working on this document together while speaking to each other through a room in Discord or in Zoom. Group 2 would do the same, group 3 would do the same. I would jump between the rooms, or I will jump between the rooms to talk to all of you. And then when it's time to present, we can copy and paste our work into the presentation room, where we can copy, paste our proofs here, share them with each other, and then I will take things from the presentation room and put them in finished folders out here. So this is going to be our new sort of structure using Google Drive and using Google Docs to accomplish what we were doing in class in this friendly, creative, collaborative environment. So that is our plan. Let me come back to the big screen. Yes, so that is our plan. I think, of course, this whole situation is a little bit of a curveball, and we are trying to make the most of it. I think that this will be a reasonable and successful way for us to adapt this relatively unique class to fit these new specifications. So I'm really excited to give it a try and to work with all of you on this. I can't wait to see you again next week. Take care, and I'll see you soon.